What are you making an agreement with? So what does that mean? One of the questions that we work with, that we start to notice, is what am I making an agreement with? Am I making an agreement with a story about I'm this way, or this happened to me, or that's in the past, but it's a story that we're continuing to run? So are we making an agreement with a story about who we no longer are? Are we making an agreement with someone else's perception of us, or our perception of their perception, our interpretation of their perception? Are we making an agreement with the economy is doing this, my education, says this, my community says this, my family says this? So we want to start to notice, what am I making an agreement with? Because when we make an agreement with something, we're actually kind of like claiming that as a truth for ourselves. So when we start to notice it, what we can do then is, again, it creates space for us to choose how we're going to show up. So when we notice I'm making an agreement with this up until now, then we can insert a new, more liberating, more empowering belief or truth. So here's an example. Maybe your business at the level of fact is not having the financial impact on your life that you would love. You're not making the money that you would love. And so an agreement might be, an example of an agreement might be, oh, well, it's not doing this because of the economy, or because there's too much competition, or because I don't really have the right know-how, or because I'm not known in my industry yet, or because I don't have the right education. So what we're doing there is we're looking to things outside of ourselves. We're making an agreement with those things outside of ourselves to dictate how we're going to show up in the results that we have. So when we notice it, we pause, you do the little, self high five, shimmy, fireworks celebration, because it actually takes work and effort to notice these things. And then we say, up until now, right? So the economy is doing this. That's why I'm not, making the kind of money I'd love in my business up until now. And then we insert a new, more empowering belief or a truth. So now I know that more millionaires were made in the Depression than any other time in history. Now I know that there are thousands of millionaires being made every day. So we actually start to then shift our agreement to a higher order belief or truth. And it's not like you do it once. You have to do it again and again and again, right? Again, that operating system within you has got some ideas about how you're going to show up, what you're making an agreement with, and what is truth. Here's the thing. Everything is actually neutral, and we are the ones creating perception, making agreement, deciding if it's going to dictate how we show up in our lives. So when we can actually notice that, we can then shift what we make an agreement with to something that is more empowering, more supportive, more potentiality filled. So I hope that's helpful. And I would love to hear, DM me, what have you noticed that you're making an agreement with up until now? And then what's your new agreement?